welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Today I decided to go ahead and do a walkie-talkie on a Wednesday. So, it's been a very interesting last 24 hours. I've had a lifelong time of searching and wondering. Some of you probably already seen it on the Facebook group. If you're not part of that, you're welcome to join it. Cozy Cottage and the Country Cabin Homestead on Facebook. It's it's a public group to hopefully help us get more subscribers and to help our group grow and to help our channel grow. It was a tip that I received from the YouTube email, so we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I have been searching as long as I can remember and as long as I knew about it for my siblings. I was told that I may have siblings from my birth father. I was, however, fortunate enough to find him in I don't know if it was my early 20s or my mid 20s, but I searched for him and found him. I had no family help whatsoever. Pretty much it was not a very good situation, and people just want to leave the past in the past. And that's good, and that's fine, and that's wonderful. I do believe that. And it wasn't the past that I was searching for. It was just for a relationship with the person that fathered me and brought me into this world. And then after meeting him, I found out that he had some children that were my half-siblings. We all shared the same father. He wasn't 100% sure if all the children were his, but he knew one of them was his. Well, long story short, and skip all the details, fast forward, it seems like all three children were most definitely his, and these children were also looking for me as well. So I just think it's amazing that it's something you could only ever wonder about and dream about if that day would ever happen. It was also that way when I met my birth father. It was just so magical. It was like a dream come true. You know, you just have this yearning to know something and just meet this person. I had nothing to gain. I had nothing to lose. He had nothing to give me, and I didn't care. I just wanted to meet him. So, after he passed away, my father that raised me passed away shortly after he passed away. And the father that raised me never knew who his father was. So he was always extremely supportive of me finding him. And he knew I did find him and that I somewhat stayed in contact with him. And he had hoped and prayed that someday I would definitely find my siblings, and always told me to just... Sorry, I'm going to get a little emotional. To keep looking and keep trying, and hopefully one day I will find them, because I just wanted to know who they were, how they were, and see if we had some kind of bond and that we could possibly have a relationship together. So I stayed in contact with some of my biological father's people throughout the years, off and on. Still calling people, still searching for information, still coming up with not much information. And then, I guess the tables turned. I talked to some of them, and they gave me enough information to know that once my biological father passed, that the siblings were searching to see if they had a big sister that they had only heard of, my first name. So we definitely found each other, and we contacted each other, and it just still doesn't seem real. I'm sure she's gone through all my pictures. I've gone through all her pictures The resemblance is absolutely unbelievable. Even though we were raised complete different circumstances, it didn't matter. There still is a bond there. There still was a desire there to want to know what these other siblings looked like, how they were, how their lives were. Knowing that I was the oldest, I just had this motherly desire, I guess, to want to know, to reach out to them and to find them. I had nothing to give them. I have nothing to offer. Our father had nothing. He had nothing to leave anyone. So it wasn't about materialistic things whatsoever. It was just simply to see if we could spend the rest of our lives together as a family and have a relationship that I have so longed for my entire life. Now, yes, I have a brother and sister that I was raised with, and I was extremely close to their father. There was some issues there, but we're still all friends, and we're still all family, but we just never were very close of a family. No one ever really knew why. There was always some issues there. You know, you weren't never allowed to ask questions because people didn't want to answer. They just want you to forget about it and not think about it. So through the years, after the dad that raised me, well, he's only been passed away for a little while now, it just seems like the distance just got further and further and further and further apart. And I always was the one that was treated differently. And some would say, no, you weren't, but yes, I was. It's the truth, and if they want to unsubscribe from my channel, that's fine. This is part of my life. This is my healing. This is my story, and this is the truth. So I'm extremely excited to see what kind of relationship I will have with a sister and two brothers and many nieces and nephews that I could only ever have dreamed that I would be part of a large family. It's just amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. We're all very excited to meet each other. We haven't met in person yet, but we can't seem to just quit talking. We both have so many questions and so many things we want to say. We're trying to take it slow, but it just seems so natural and so easy talking to someone that gets you, that understands you, that knows exactly how you feel and what you've been through. It's just been amazing. There was so much emptiness for myself, and I guess the other sister that she always felt. She's the youngest, I'm the oldest, and there's two brothers in between. Her and her one brother stayed together, went through foster care, and were able to stay connected. And the other brother had some mental challenges and disabilities, so he went to live with some family so they could take care of him better. And he wasn't, as far as I know, put in foster care, but he was a special needs person. So I'm going to leave that part be. I'm sure it would be just confusing to him. But as far as the brother and the sister, absolutely, I'm just so ecstatic, so excited, and somewhat nervous about meeting them, because you just never know how things are really going to go. It feels right, it feels safe, it feels like a dream that's finally come true. I guess it's just hard because I've always just wanted to know who they were. And it's just, I don't know, it's a bittersweet, happy tears, I guess. Just still like in disbelief that it's actually happened. I know so many people, even like my father that raised me, he never knew who his dad was. And he died not knowing who his dad was. And it just bugged him. He just always wondered how different might his life have been if he had had a good father, a supportive father, a father figure in his life. He often wondered how different his life would have been. So, like I said, we neither one have nothing to gain. Neither one of us want anything from the other one. We both just want a relationship and have a family relationship. And I've always wanted a big family and to have a close relationship with my family. It just never quite happened that way. For whatever reason, it just never did. So I'm hoping and praying that this is going to be an amazing journey, the next chapter in my life that has finally got opened. And I pray that this is the beginning of something that we both have wanted for as long as she knew and as long as I knew about them, that things will just be different from here on out. And she now suddenly has a big sister, and I have a brother and a sister, another brother and a sister, and a special needs brother. I think it's amazing. It's going to be a little awkward, I'm sure, at first, but you know, we're both willing to take that risk. We both already feel like God put us together. If we weren't meant to meet each other or find each other, we just believe it just would not have happened. So, just want to share that little piece of my life with y'all and ask y'all to be in prayers for us. And I'll let y'all know how this journey goes. And hope y'all are all having a good day. I know the temperatures here in the south are getting really hot and heating up, and lots of people are stressed and lots of people are worried about blackouts and not having energy and not finding things that they need in town. But just keep working hard and keep trying and just humble yourself before the Lord, and He'll take care of you. Thanks for joining me today. Farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.